Hey everyone, welcome. I'm Mohammed Ajloni, and this is the fourth video in our Humanizing HR series. Today we're going to tackle something that's, well, incredibly personal for all of us, how we get paid. We're going to explore a much more human-centered way to build a salary structure, one that actually supports and encourages growth.
So, here's what we're going to cover. We'll kick things off by talking about a really common problem, something I call the promotion trap. Then we'll look at why the usual fixes just don't quite work, before building out a totally new, three-part model. And of course, we'll dive into the human impact and why this system is so worth the effort to build.
You know, a lot of organizations, completely without meaning to, they design salary systems that create so much frustration for their best people. It's this hidden problem that just quietly eats away at motivation and ultimately retention.
And it's a question I think every leader really needs to ask themselves. The thing is, the issue usually isn't about the employee lacking skill or ambition. It actually starts with a simple, structural reality of how most of our companies are put together.
This right here, this is the absolute core of the trap. We've basically built systems where your financial growth is tied almost exclusively to climbing that corporate ladder. If you want to earn more, you've got to move up. Simple as that.
And this is where the math just starts to work against people. That classic pyramid structure, it creates a natural bottleneck. There are simply not enough senior positions to go around for every single talented, dedicated person who deserves to keep growing. So here's the crucial point. Really talented people hit a ceiling. And it's not because they aren't good enough or aren't contributing enough. It's just because there aren't open slots above them. Their growth becomes a waiting game, totally dependent on someone else leaving.
So, okay, how do companies usually try to fix this? Well, the common solution, it often misses the whole point. We have this tendency to look outward for answers, when what we really need to do is look inward.
Now look, don't get me wrong. This kind of data from firms like Mercer, it's incredibly useful. You need to know you're competitive. But, and this is a big but, using market data as the main driver of your compensation philosophy, that's a mistake. It tells you what everyone else is doing, but it doesn't tell you what's right for your people.
This changes everything. It totally shifts the focus from just looking at external averages to looking at your internal values. It forces you to design a system that's all about a long-term commitment to your employee's journey, not just a knee-jerk reaction to market trends.
All right, so what does a system that's actually designed for growth look like? Well, the solution I'm going to walk you through involves rethinking careers through three distinct but parallel tracks or scales.
Okay, so here are the three core pieces of the puzzle. The big idea is that we need to conceptually separate job titles, technical grades, and salary. They're all related, of course, but the real key is that they should not be rigidly locked together.
First up, we've got the job title scale. This is the traditional management path that we all know so well. We're talking about supervisors, department managers. These are leadership roles. And like we just discussed, this scale is naturally limited by that pyramid structure.
Second, and this is absolutely critical, is the technical grade scale. This track has nothing to do with managing people. Nope, this is all about an employee's growing expertise, their mastery in their field. A path from, say, a junior engineer all the way to an expert. That's not limited by how many manager jobs are open.
And finally, there's the salary scale itself. The best way to think about this is like a ladder with about 10 or 12 rungs, or grades. Each one of those grades has a pay range, and this allows for that steady financial progression as a person gains more experience and contributes more to the company.
So we have these three separate scales. How do we connect them? Well, this is where a really simple change in logic completely transforms the whole system, and it's how we finally solve that promotion trap.
The big innovation is this. In a humanized system, we link the salary scale primarily to the technical grade scale, not the job title scale. Honestly, if you take only one thing away from our time together, let it be this idea. It's a game changer.
So what does this mean? It means your salary grows as your expertise grows. You become a senior engineer, boom, you move up the salary scale. You become a specialist, you move up again. All of a sudden, your financial progress is untangled from that restrictive pyramid structure, and it allows for continuous, meaningful growth.
And this creates a really important and positive side effect. It ensures that the people who go after management jobs are the ones who actually want to lead, the ones who are good at it. Promotions become about leadership ability, not just a desperate attempt to get a pay raise.
Okay, so what really happens when you put a system like this into place?
What does it feel like for the people inside the organization? Well, the impact is huge, and it's huge for everybody.
People can finally see a clear, long-term future for themselves that doesn't depend on luck or just waiting around for their boss to leave. Their expertise is visibly recognized and valued, and that is a powerful, powerful motivator. And for the organization, you get to keep your most experienced, most knowledgeable professionals. It's a win-win.
Now I'm going to be straight with you. Designing a system like this, it takes some thoughtful planning. It is not a quick fix. You've got to define those technical levels, create fair salary grades. But let me tell you, the effort is absolutely 100% worthwhile.
At the end of the day, the goal here is to build a culture that rewards continuous growth, not just climbing the hierarchy. It sends this incredibly powerful message that what we value most around here is your development and your contribution, not just your title.
And that, right there, is exactly what Humanizing HR is all about. It's about transforming work from this competitive race with only a few winners into a personal journey where everyone, and I mean everyone, has the opportunity to grow and succeed. So, this is the crucial question I want to leave you with today. As you think about the future of your own company's salary structure, just consider, is it designed to create a frantic race for a few spots at the top, or is it built to support a fulfilling journey for everyone? Thank you.